walk with the dead, I talk to the dead. Paranormal theory is up in your head. Got to be brave, I walk through the graves, hoping one day that the spirits will be saved. Yeah, I walk with the dead, I talk to the dead. Paranormal theory is up in your head. Got to be brave, I walk through the graves, hoping one day that the spirits will be saved. Yeah, when it comes to paranormal, you know I'm an OG, filled with the skills, boy, everybody know me. When I'm out of town, you can catch me on the TV, hanging with the high squad, everybody envy. Revolutionize the ghost box, South Crack-a-Lackey, from the ghost stories to the Lizzie Borden house. Phil's got the skills, the kills, then is out. What are ghosts? Where is the proof? Can science explain it? Let me theorize with you. Go to events and hang with my crew. Paranormal family is a life that I choose. Yeah, I walk with the dead, I talk to the dead. Paranormal theory is up in your head. Got to be brave, I walk through the graves, hoping one day that the spirits will be saved. Yeah, I walk with the dead, I talk to the dead. Paranormal theory is up in your head. Got to be brave, I walk through the graves, hoping one day that the spirits will be saved. Yeah.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Ghost Theorist show. And tonight we have a great guest. His name is Matt Benton. And also, before we get into the show, I want to thank a new sponsor that I just got here locally in town called the Treehouse, and their lawn garden gift shop. And they sell antique stuff and like large pottery. So they are John's Island's hottest pot shop, the Treehouse. Now that's out of the way. We have the special guest, Matt Benton, who is an award-winning documentary filmmaker and veteran paranormal investigator. Leads audiences into the chilling mystery in Evil Unearthed, which is great film. This gripping documentary follows their 7-year investigation into Indiana's infamous Monroe House, uncovering paranormal activity and disturbing ritualistic artifacts buried beneath the property. Known for in-depth historical research and real Conjuring House, I lost my spot, and horror style filmmaking, Matt Benton, the director of Evil Unearthed and Harrisville Haunting, the real Conjuring House, cinematic intensity to real life hauntings. Matt's skeptical perspective furthers the credibility to the investigation, creating a balanced yet unnerving exploration into one of the most haunted locations in America, now streaming on Amazon Prime Video and other major platforms. Evil Unearthed is a must-watch for all paranormal fans, and it is a great film. Not gonna lie, it's a good film, Matt. You did a real good job on that, and thank you for coming on the show, man. Thank you for coming on the show.
No problem.
Now, one of the things that I noticed that I appreciate about the way that you investigate is you're a scientific based investigator. So does that mean that when you say scientific, do you mean like grounded, like you go in not knowing anything and then you just piece together piece by piece until you get a full story, or just go by evidence?
We go by using devices that, well, in this film, it wasn't really that way completely. It's more for future stuff I'm wanting to do, which you'll be seeing later. But you need to go about it in a way that doesn't have too many devices, that you don't want to use devices as false positives. So a lot of devices out there being using false positives, like, for example, SLS cameras, Ovulus's apps. I don't even believe in the apps. And then
I noticed
most of them, at least.
I noticed in the movie you gave your buddy your phone, and I was like, mad respect, because I hate having my phone on during investigations. Same way.
For me, it was more for the psychological experience of doing it because I wanted to be completely alone for 3 days, not talking to anyone. And so it was actually kind of, it was very lonely and very, what's the word I'm looking for? It was very boring because a lot of nothing happening. I only caught like a couple things during the 3 days I was there, but one of them was really good. And so.
That door. Hey, man. Well, I don't want to tell and give away spoilers, but man, you did capture some stuff, bro.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's one of my better captures because I haven't caught, especially since I locked the door. And I have footage of me doing that, so it's pretty cool. Definitely one of my favorite captures for sure.
The
And
door opens and the evil came in.
yeah, this the location, the reason why it was named Evil on Earth is because the rituals that took place were evil, had evil intent from the person that did them, and then it was unearthed in the crawl space. So it just kind of worked, you know?
Yeah, what you found, I'm not gonna really discuss, exactly what you found, but from what I have done in research and past investigations, it seems like you found some Romanesque, old school style, ritualistic, you know, stuff.
Yeah, there's some very interesting things on uh finding that stick figure, which I never thought I would find something like that in real life. It looks like something straight out of a movie, like Blair Witch Project. And
I noticed that when you said that in film.
yeah, it was definitely a strange one for sure. I even recommend guys watching this film and with headphones because there's a lot of sound design that went into this film. A lot. It's way better experience with headphones than it is with just your, especially if you have only a TV speakers. TV speakers do not do this film justice.
Bro, like I watched this film at least 30 times, and then I was like, yo, I have to put my headphones on. And then I watched it at least. There were sounds that you captured that weren't even like actually a part of the film. I don't even know if you noticed that, but you did.
Yeah, I don't know.
EVPs and stuff.
I didn't notice no because there's also music in the background for a lot of sequences. And when something doesn't happen, there's music in the background or ambience. And
Ambiance.
yeah, during uh, we did a lot of reviewing. The thing is, I only put things that are very clear in the documentary. Has to be very clear ones for me to be interested in putting in there.
And
I don't like
that one
putting.
EVP. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a total of like three EVPs and one DVP that we have in the film, and so. It was definitely interesting. Oh, well, then we have another one that was there's one other thing that happened that wasn't captured by us, was captured by someone else. That was really cool also, like the baby crying thing. And that was very interesting because obviously no one's been staying in the house with a baby. It's yeah, so very weird.
But anyways, like I want to get into like what got you into the scientific method and how to investigate the scientific method, because people either go the way of the empath or the way of science.
I try and just use video, audio, and data collecting is the main thing I like to use. This film it was a little different because there was Estes, which isn't a scientific way of
Yeah,
doing things.
yeah.
It's not scientific just because you can't cross-check the radio stations that are coming through at the time. So if you could cross-check it, that would be different, but you can't. And so it's not scientific for that part, but the rest of it was video and audio. It was definitely an interesting SS method though, because of uh, my body reactions to things that were happening during the moments. And I thought that was very interesting. But also, like I said, it's not scientific. So there was some little experimenting, and there's I believe in radio station frequencies being used or manipulated in the paranormal, but it's just not evidence is the problem.
Yeah.
So um, I put it in the film just because it was definitely one of the weirdest ones I've ever done,
And it's fun.
and it was mostly because I was somehow reacting to things like, one person praying, and then I lift my head up, and then my wife moves to a different part of the room, and all of a sudden she's being targeted, even though I never knew she was over there because I never took off the. I had this gas mask that had blackened
Oh yeah, I
eyes,
saw that.
and it was pretty cool because first of all, I did it for two reasons. One, it's more claustrophobic. I like that feeling of claustrophobia a little bit. Because your full face is covered, you can't see underneath it or anything. And usually I use handcuffs. I didn't do it for this film because I forgot them. That's why I forgot the handcuffs there. But this one was, and also another reason is because it just looks cool.
Yeah, I was about to
It
say it just looks cool. I mean, with
looks
that
cool in red light, man.
Fallout 4 kind of deal.
Yeah, I was planning on using red light for that shot, and so I thought that would look really cool, and it did. So, and it creeped out some of the other guys too during the moment. Um, yeah, I've done it multiple times, but this is the only. I've only had three or four Estes sessions that were actually uh, really good, and all the others I've done are just nothing. It's just like a couple things that relate, and that's about it. And that's not. I think that's all by chance if it's just a couple things, but if it keeps going over and over and over again, that's when it's more interesting to me.
Now, I want to know your theory on why something may be going on at this house. Your theory. I
It's
mean, not
because,
not just this house, but like in this whole field in general.
well, I'll start with the house first. For this house, I believe it was specifically the rituals that took place there, and because all the evidence, three or four pieces of the evidence that we captured were correlated with the rituals that took place there, with some of the items that we had. And so I found that very interesting. And then we had it's the intent behind it too. So this guy, I'm not going to say a name because he doesn't want his name out there, but this one guy basically did rituals in the house, and he was trying to do this against his ex-girlfriend, and even cut part of her hair and has a necklace using her personal items for like witchcraft type, let's say magic, dark magic. And basically, he was using that as his a way to manifest demonic activity for his rituals he was doing. So apparently, he was trying to summon this demon named Beelzebub, and that's what
Everybody
the
wants to summon Beelzebub.
yeah. And
All the
so
newbies always want to do it.
yeah, so it got out of hand for him, and it became an issue. And he actually became a Christian afterwards and stopped doing what he was doing. But it got out of hand, and he left the house at some point, and now it's been haunted since, it seems like. So
And this happened back in 2017, but you've had an investigation. You've been investigating even well before then. I'm actually watching right now, like stuff on things that you've done in the past, like a while back on my TV. It's on silent, but anyways, you've done investigating so long, man. Is there anything that you could give advice for people who are coming in this industry and thinking that they could just start investigating and doing their thing and thinking that they could just go in and do it?
yeah, so I would say this: stay open-minded to both sides, because here's the issue I see in the paranormal all the time. There's the people that are too much of the believers, and then there's the people that are too much of the skeptics. So you need to be right in the middle, in my belief. Right in the middle, be open completely on both sides, least amount of biasism as possible when you're trying to do an investigation. So you want to just stay in that mindset, like be open to both sides and just try and find natural explanations to things, but don't dismiss everything. So I know people on both spectrums, both sides of things. Both one I know like Kenny Biddle, he's extremely
Oh, he's a
skeptical.
legend.
Yeah, he's a very skeptical person, but he's a little bit too far on the skeptical side that he's not even going to open up his mind enough to maybe some spirituality involved. And so then you have people that are just like everything's paranormal, like most of the YouTubers you watch right now. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. The TikTokers.
yeah, so basically today's YouTubers, it's like the children of the paranormal, basically. Um,
Just
and
like in Indiana, children of the corn. A whole
and
lot of
so
corn in Indiana, especially Gary.
yeah, so they believe like everything's paranormal. They believe in their apps and everything, and it's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, so you want to be in the middle, and that's what my advice is. If you want to get into the paranormal, you could also all you need is a camera and maybe a voice recorder. That's all you really need to investigate.
That's it. And that's really it. I mean, everything else is just for, the stuff we do on TV. It's just toys, pretty much.
Yep, exactly.
Not all of it. It's just always toys. Sometimes they can correlate with other things, and usually when they do correlate with other things, it makes it a little bit interesting.
Yeah. Um, I haven't had any experiences with the apps or seen anything with the apps that have been convincing to me.
Yeah, the apps. I don't use the apps. Like I said, I don't use the apps either. I'm not convinced with the apps. I'm just talking about the K2 meters
Well, the
and all
K2
the.
meter is
Yeah,
legitimate. The issue is that too many things can set them off. They're very
yeah.
easy to set off. Cell phones from a distance can set those things off. There's more, there's better EMF meters out there when it comes to the thing is about the EMF meters, though, is anything it's not evidence of paranormal. It's just data collecting. See if maybe something manifests. If something manifests at the same time and you get some readings during the moments, you can use that to maybe calculate, maybe try and maybe even predict activity maybe in the future if you have enough data collecting. Um, there's something that APRA is doing. I'm part of two teams. Paranormal Research Unit is my team, and then I'm also part of APRA, which is the American Paranormal Research Association, and that's Brandon Alvarez's team. And he's doing some stuff with an AI where he's trying to get all the data and collecting and putting it into this AI, and it's going to see if it can pick up on any see if we could predict maybe future paranormal activity one day with the AI, using AI.
I don't know if that may be in this a necessary function for the paranormal because everything that we are doing now is dealing with the past. And how can AI predict what paranormal uh, stuff may happen in the future or predict when the paranormal may happen even in past locations? How can AI manifest the information
It's not
needed?
about manifesting information with AI. It's about basically AI maybe getting the exact environmental readings of what this day was like when you got more
Right.
activity, maybe, or because it does barometric pressure and also it has temperature and humidity, all that. It is what you're putting into it. So you're
That
getting
makes sense.
environmental readings during the time you're investigating. Sometimes we get active days and sometimes we get non-active days. So maybe there's some kind of environmental factor when it comes to paranormal activity being more active than others. And AI will probably find that pattern.
And I've always found like it's not just environment, like you said, environmental factors, but like say for example, where the property is built on, like say for example, if there's quartz deposits everywhere, some sort of limestone in a building, or some sort of something that's there that's kind of trapping all this wave of information that's being trapped in these environments and buildings.
Yeah, that's possible. There's a lot of people that believe that limestone and other artifacts like quartz and stuff like that can cause maybe more activity. Also, flowing water, uh, like rivers or ocean, like lighthouses next to an ocean, can
Yeah.
maybe manifest more activity. There's always that theory out there. That's very possible. The thing is, the paranormal is a whole bunch of theories, and we're trying to get closer to maybe finding maybe more things that can be predicted with more environmental data, hopefully. We don't really know yet, but it's a process.
But I mean, we have enough evidence in this industry where we have the data collected, where I mean, it's just like, why isn't science basically getting to the consensus that there's stuff happening here? There really is stuff happening here. It's happening. We're getting the EVPs, we're getting all the apparitions, and still, they still are like, some are getting a little bit into it, but others are the
The thing is, the scientific community isn't taking it as seriously, and you can't. The main reason why is because I feel like there's a stigma behind it, and so you're not getting the proper people trying to do the research into it. Their funding goes into other environmental, more important things on Earth instead of things like the paranormal. Uh, there's people. It's. I think it has to do with funding. So funding is important. It takes a lot of money to do proper research.
Another thing is, I think we need a Neil deGrasse Tyson that can just basically be able to be a vessel between the people who believe in the paranormal as well as the scientific community, the PhD people, and stuff like that. We need a vessel that's willing to communicate on both sides and have the words right.
Well, in APRA, we actually do have a scientist on our team, and he does his name's Harry. He actually works with Elon Musk, doing AI, and he has a knowledge in physicists and stuff like that. So he's a physicist also. So
Well, well, there you go.
yeah, so I recommend checking out Haunted Discoveries. He talks about some theories and everything involving the paranormal on there. So Haunted Discoveries on T&E and Haunt TV. And I'm actually
Nice.
recently now a part of that show also.
Nice, man. Nice. I'm glad you're getting these opportunities, man, because you are the one person that deserves it. And and man, just seriously, what you do is better than what rhymes with shit ventures.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I honestly think you guys are a really good team, man. Which how y'all film things, and I like the fact that you go into places where nobody goes on these places. They're like, I don't want to go in a crawl space. I don't want to go in these spaces. It's so dirty and nasty. And you're like, oh man, I got this. Watch this. I
Yeah.
like that about you.
Thanks. I don't really shy away from that stuff.
I never really have either.
Yeah.
I
The thing about that show is that you see them screaming and running away all the
yeah.
time. It's very different.
I haven't really talked about this in public, but back like this is man back in 2008, 2009. I actually had a hearse ride, kind of simulate a hearse ride into a grave, and a family like that, like they were friends of family that knew uh, me. And basically, the guy had a coffin. So we were like, hey, let's test something out, and put me in a coffin overnight. And I just slept in that coffin overnight with a digital voice recorder, and just, it was peaceful, man. Peaceful.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
scary, nothing to be scared of. And these people just, they just have that fear factor that they, just gotta get away
they're afraid of the
from.
unknown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a fear of the unknown for sure.
that's the thing that's different is that I enjoy it. It's
Oh
more of
yeah,
like
me
a
too.
obsession.
It gets me going.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question is, what theories inspire you the most about the paranormal? Like, what questions do you have that we could possibly theorize and get some answers and analyze?
Well, I believe that psychology has a lot more to do with the paranormal than people think, because there's specific individual types that I notice sometimes get more evidence than others, and those are usually the 100% believers that get super excited about things, or they get scared of things. It's one of those two. And then you have the very calm-minded, skeptical ones or complete skeptics that when they go into a location, they usually get pretty much nothing because they go in there with a different mindset. So I believe like the Philip experiment type thing works in a lot of let's say it's like projecting in manifesting activity. And so I'm a believer of that and I want to study that more.
So I do have a analogy to kind of help your projector theory. Like, say for example, the overhead projectors that we used to have in school back in the day, how the information would be placed on a glass, and the invisible glass paper, then we write the information on, and that information that we write on would be our memories, our bad trauma, and all that. And then our pineal gland, or our, pretty much our mirror lens, projects the image into the actual environment and manifests its image just like an overhead projector would.
Okay.
Sort of like an analogy of mine. I like to present to people, kind of help them understand what's going on.
The thing is, it's also not always exact of what you're envisioning in your head. It's just that your belief in something can, I
That too.
think,
That too.
yeah, manifest activity in general. And usually it's not something direct, like, oh, this one thing is going to move. It could be anything. Some people just, I feel like, manifest more activity because of their power of their belief. I believe belief has power, and it's interesting to me. I want to study it more.
Well, I am a Summers, so my name is Phil Summers, and I my family ancestry comes from German and Irish ancestry. And when we left that land, we basically were pagans at one point. Summers, duh, right? So, what do you think about generational curses? Like people placing generational curses. I mean, we just talked about voodoo and like something that happened at a house from a very long time ago. I mean, what was your thoughts on that? Like
I only
generational
believe in
curses.
that if you believe in it.
Nice. I like that answer.
So if you believe you're cursed, you might have more bad luck, maybe, or you might have that manifest more often because you believe in it.
Let me tell you, let me tell you a little story. When I was in the Air Force, you're talking about bad luck. So I'm a military guy, and I was in the Air Force from 2008 to 2016, and 2017 my contract ended. March 13th, when I saw that date on your I was like, oh man, what are the odds? And anyways, when I was in basic training in 2007, pretty much we were going to ceremonial grounds because we were graduating, and I literally had a seagull take a shit right on my nice blues, and I was like, Sarge, a bird just shit on me. He was like, Summers, I knew it had to be you. You had to be the one. And and apparently in the Air Force, when that happens, that's good luck.
No, really.
Obviously, it happens a lot. And when you're the chosen one, you're the chosen one.
Yeah, I'm in the infantry, so I'm only in my blues once a year.
Army, you're an Army guy.
Marine Corps.
Oh, Marine Corps. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
We have the
What
best dress blues.
what's your favorite flavor crown?
Red.
Man, I gotta say,
Blood.
I like that yellow. I like that yellow starburst, man.
Red, just like the lighting in here right now.
Nice. I see it. I see your ambiance and your thing you got going on. Are you in your homemade studio right now?
Yeah, I have my whole setup right here in front of me. The background is just a temporary setup because I want it to look a lot nicer than what it looks like right now. But I have a lot of my artifacts back there. I even have a real human skull back there.
Nice. Nice. So what was the other question I was gonna ask you? I was gonna ask you some actually. So another thing that I like to theorize about, not just like how we see uh, images manifest in the environment. I like to talk about sort of how EVPs happen, how we capture EVPs of people not talking around us that should, these sounds that should not be around. Well, what's your theory on that?
I don't know, actually. I think it's more of some people believe it's imprinted into the audio itself, which if other audio devices do not capture it, there is a possibility if that's what's happening. Because usually EVPs are it's not captured on other audio devices that are recording. It's captured on one device, and I find that very interesting. And we don't. The fact is, we don't really know for
Now,
sure.
now, physicists have come up with a term called second sound. I've been talking about this a lot with a lot of investigators. And basically, what happens is sound dissipates through time. Sound dissipates away through time via heat,
Hmm.
and the second sound can be captured via moisture in the air, and the long wave can basically be captured in the air or bouncing off certain materials and stuff like that. And the way another analogy that I like to say how EVPs work is I basically imagine a wave on a beach because sound basically operates just like a wave. And if you imagine the wave kind of hitting the sand, what happens is the sand, the wave leaves an
Disperses it.
imprint in the sand, and that's that imprint that you're talking about.
Hmm. I don't know how that is, but okay,
Hey, it's something.
cool.
So, do you have anything else going on in the future in the world of Matt Benton?
Well, we still have, we're going to have more episodes of Haunted Discoveries. We have two documentaries in the work with my production company. And actually, I'm not going to announce that yet. My production company and another will be involved in this next documentary, and then I have another shoot with Joe is going to be the director of this other one, so I'll be helping out with that one. I'll be the DP for that one, which is director of photography for people that don't know, and he's going to be editing that one too. So yeah, I have a lot more films to do, a lot more. I'm in pre-production for a TV show concept that we're going to be filming this January. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on, and
Nice.
we'll be making more announcements on those things on the Paranormal Research Unit YouTube channel and also on Facebook and all that too. So
Nice. Now, on the other investigations that you have had, not just the Monroe House, if I saw correctly, you were a part of, let me get in my notes here. You were a part of Old Wall Shoe Club. What'd you think about that one?
so yeah, I investigated that one. Actually, that's the location that got me into paranormal investigating.
Nice. Wasn't the Old Wall Shoe Club, wasn't that Whiter?
I don't remember because I
No,
never
that
made
was
an
a
episode
no,
on the location.
that was the
Yeah.
shooting at OK Corral. That was my bad. That's another old Western. That's a whole another Western club.
Yeah, I don't know the full history of, other than a couple things from it because I never did a full episode on it. When I know a lot about the history is when I do episodes or a documentary on it. That's when I know more of the history. Um, but for that one specifically, I was in the crypt where they apparently stacked dead bodies inside the crypt during the winter because the grounds were too frozen solid. So they put it in that crypt. Basically, I was told that there's a little girl spirit there apparently. So I asked the question, if there's a little girl here, can you please move something or make a small or make a noise? And then basically 5 seconds after I made that statement, a piece of brick was thrown. And that's what got me
Nice.
into paranormal investigating. That happened during the summer of 2011. That was my first time trying to communicate with said to be spirits. And then I got my big response, and that got me hooked.
And once you get hooked, you never stop. It always, you can leave the paranormal if you want, but people always try to leave the paranormal and they say they're leaving, but you always see them come back. I always see these people always say, I'm leaving the paranormal field. I'm leaving the paranormal field forever. Then, like 3 months later, you see them back in. They're doing something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always I've been doing it for so fucking long. It feels like it. Like 15
Yeah.
years almost is how long. Well, next year will hit 15 years. So basically, which this year is almost over. So we just have
Yeah, I
one more
know.
month.
Time is flying by, man. And that's another question is why does time feel like it's flying by? One of my theories is that the universe is expanding at an exponentially fast rate. So maybe that might be why time feels like, time just flies by. Another
I
thing
think it's
is
age because when
that too.
the older you get, the you start viewing things differently. Thing
And
goes
the
by
more
quicker.
information you perceive
Yes.
in your older age, and it makes you feel like time's flying by, but it's just you're perceiving more information, and that just takes up the wasted space in your mind.
Yes. The I think that also when we're kids, things go by slower because you're wanting to do more, you're wanting to grow up, you're wanting to do these things. But when you're older, you're already there, and it's just a lot of repeat when it comes to your jobs and other stuff you're doing. So maybe I don't know, maybe things just fly by faster. That's how the older I get, faster time flies. So
Have you ever seen the TV show Severance on Apple?
no.
That's a very good show about that. Very good show. Stars some very good people, including Christopher Walken.
Yeah. My friend does a funny voice with his. He tries to make the Christopher Walken voice.
Christopher Walken. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't do it, but he can do it. My friend can. It's funny. He has definitely a unique accent.
I could do a good King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bobby. I told you to stop playing those goddamn video games.
Yeah.
That's Oscar nominee award winning right there.
Sorry,
But
I'm responding to a message. Okay, cool.
but a lot of things that I like to talk about, like I know we're paranormal investigators and stuff like that. And just recently, um, scientists have decided that the Big Bang Theory is basically blown out of the water. And now they're saying that our universe is a part of a black hole, and that is explained. We were talking about the universe expanding, so that's why I'm talking about this now. And that I feel, well, this is what the theory is that we are expanding into this black hole, falling into this black hole, and that's why galaxies are speeding at a faster rate into something instead of slowing down, which the Big Bang Theory means that if things were actually like expanding, it would be expanding slower, not faster.
Yeah.
So we're falling into something.
Huh, I haven't seen that, so I'll have to look into that.
Oh yeah, I go all over the place, man. I go all over the place. How about them New Jersey those New Jersey drone vids?
Yeah, I don't know. It could be US military testing things, or it could be something. I don't know. It's like that's the thing about the US military definitely has some cool things that we don't know about, the public doesn't know about. We just released the F-47 recently, that
Yeah,
information about
yeah,
that one, and that one's
we
been made for
yeah.
5 years already. And so there's so much stuff out there that we probably have that people don't know about yet.
So Air Force Mil literally just released the new Vectis automatic drones
Hmm.
that basically will be. I got photos. I got photos somewhere here, somewhere. Vectis drones that will be kind of automated with the F-22s, the F-22 Raptors, and the F-35s, and all that good stuff. I can't find that photo at the moment, but they did call it the YFQ-42A because that's what they were calling it when it was being tested. And they started testing last year in McGuire. And so that's why a lot of people start seeing drones everywhere being tested. And now AF.mil released information about our new Vectis drone built by Anduril Industries. And it was
Hmm.
tested by Archer, which is why most of the sightings came from New Jersey.
Hmm. Interesting.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it so
go.
yeah, most likely military. I find I don't really know because I was never in the top secrets, and that's usually Air Force that does all that stuff too, the cool top secret stuff of our aircraft. So uh but yeah, I'm just a infantry guy. All I had was a secret clearance, so or have, I should say.
Have you heard about a new have you heard about a new surface to air
Mm,
hypersonic
yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Dark Eagle?
Yeah.
Oh man, I we could release it from trucks, we could release it from boats, we could release it from anywhere we want. And I love the fact that we could just release it from a boat, man. Not only do we have hypersonics that could come from our boats, man, but we also have laser boats.
Yeah.
We're just killing time at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, that I think it's pretty cool actually. Because we have something called like a rail gun that they now have for the Navy that can shoot down aircraft with like a laser beam. Laser, it's like a straight laser. That's all it basically is, but it's good enough to um take down aircraft. It's really cool.
We're talking Tesla territory.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know much about it other than it shoots down aircraft and I think missiles too. And it's obviously the speed of light because it's laser.
Oh yeah. I mean, man, no telling. I mean, I get I get so many people that say, "Oh, I saw a UFO. I saw a UFO. I saw a UFO." I get so many reports on that stuff, and it's like I know what's going on. I know that we're testing stuff right now. We got things going on in the world, and people need to pay attention to things going on in the world. It's a big world out there, and that's why I like to say you can't a lot of see what happens is I'm gonna kind of bring us down a notch a little bit and kind of say instead of kind of localizing your paranormal team, there's a whole wide world out there of amazing things that can be researched. But the thing about a lot of people in the paranormal is they limit themselves with naming their groups after where they're located at,
Yeah, yeah. That's why I
or
never
that,
did that.
yeah, see, that's why I never did that. And I just named my name. That's what it is. The Ghost Theorist, nothing special, nothing special really. I mean, it's not South Carolina, Phil Summers, Paranormal Society of local Charleston, just doing local cases in Charleston. No, no, I went everywhere all around America, bro. And that's the way I feel like it should be.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah, I am from Charleston, South Carolina. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
No, I've moved around a lot, so I've been around.
Oh yeah.
From California to Indiana to Vegas, back to Indiana. Like, um, I definitely like the Midwest a lot more, especially when it comes to the paranormal. It's just so much easier to get access to locations in the Midwest, especially compared to California. California is a lot harder.
Yeah,
Um,
it gets expensive up there in some of these states, like my state here, man. It's
yeah, I'm also
really
not a fan of
expensive.
California.
Yeah.
Not a fan of California at all. I hate the traffic. I hate how expensive it is. I hate the politics here. I hate it.
But I mean, speaking of which, they plan on announcing. So they just announced this disclosure film that Greer did. You
Yeah,
know,
Steve McGreer. Yep.
it, you know, I used to, I used to think that guy is somebody that knows what he's doing. But after seeing him be like, "Oh, we got 72 hours. We're gonna have a great announcement. 72 hours. We're gonna have a great announcement." It's always and it always happens like that, and it always keeps on dragging on and on and on and on and on and on. Finally, we get an announcement today that the main guy is going to be announcing that we do have the film footage and the proof that there is life out there.
Really. I heard, I don't know if this is true or not. This could be not. But apparently there's like rumors of Trump soon announcing that about alien life. I hope that happens. That'd be cool.
Well, that came from his page. So I mean, if it came from his page, it came from his page. I mean, who would
Interesting.
who would like kind of hack in his page and say something like that though?
Yeah.
But anyways, we're getting in the last few minutes of the show. Plug anything you want to plug. We kind of started early, so
Yeah, we did. Um, so I have Paranormal Research Unit on YouTube. That's where I am going to be posting a lot of things and future videos, especially when I get out of the Marine Corps and I'm back in the Midwest. It's going to be a lot more common. I'm going to be on YouTube. Over here, like it's like I said, it's harder to get access to locations out here. Plus, we're going straight into it. We're going straight into it when this January. So I can't wait because I'm gonna have a lot of my freedom back. Being in active duty, you don't really have that much, especially in the
yeah,
infantry.
I feel that, man. I feel that, man. It's kind of awesome finally having two vets on the show. I haven't had a vet on yet,
Yeah,
and
in a month, well, less than a month, I'll be a vet. So I'm pretty excited for it. Get my DD-214 and on to the next films and TV show stuff. So excited for it. Just want to focus on that now. Closing the door for that aspect of my life and opening some new ones.
if you ever need the assistance of the Ghost Theorist, please let me know.
Sounds good.
All right, brother. Well, this has been the Ghost Theorist Show with Matt Benton, the director of Evil Unearthed on Amazon Prime. Watch it. It's a good movie.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. And thank you for being on the show.
No problem.
Peace out.
See ya.